Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. Today's Do You Know question is, do you know the importance of celebrating the anniversary of the dedication of a church? On July the 12th, 2018, we celebrate the 15th anniversary of the dedication of the Church of St. Sabina. The dedication of a church is so important that on its anniversary, the church recommends that the feast of the dedication of the church be a solemnity. Now, solemnity is one of the highest feasts in the church, in which during celebration of a solemnity, the Gloria and the Creed are proclaimed as well. As a matter of fact, if the anniversary occurs during ordinary time, the anniversary can be transferred to the coming Sunday, and it actually replaces the readings and the prayers for that particular Sunday. So important is the solemnity, the anniversary of the dedication of a church. Why is it so important? Well, it's really important to remember that Vatican II, especially in its teaching, said that the church is not the building, but the church is the pilgrim people of God. And so by celebrating the dedication of a church, the church building helps us to be church, helps us to be the people of God. And therefore, the church is not a building, it's the people. And yet, the people gather somewhere, and where they gather is in the building. And therefore, the building becomes a living symbol, if you want, of what the church is all about. It helps us. Everything in the church building helps us to be church, helps us to be aware, first of all, of our mission, and aids us in the celebration and in the commitment to the mission that we are as church. When the church is dedicated, the church is anointed, and the walls are anointed, and on each of the walls they are placed a small cross and a candle to commemorate that event. And then at each anniversary, in order to recall that dedication and celebrate the dedication, at each anniversary those candles are lit once again. But the whole building actually is consecrated perpetually and eternally to Christian worship, helping the living church, the living stones, to be the church and to carry out its mission in being the people of God and in doing the will of God. Usually there are four verbs associated with the dedication of a church. And those verbs are the church is sprinkled, the church is anointed, the church is lighted, and the church is clothed. The church is sprinkled with holy water. It's anointed with chrism. It's lighted with the light of Christ, the candle symbolizing the light of Christ. And then finally it's clothed. The altar is clothed so celebration can occur within the church. In the anointing, when it's done with chrism, the same oil that is used in the anointings that take place at baptism, at confirmation, and at holy orders. These are sacraments which commission us, in and through the use of chrism, commission us to carry on the work of God in and through our various vocations. After the anointing of the church at its dedication, festive lighting occurs, where the bishop gives the light of Christ to the deacon, who then lights the candles on the walls, at the ambo, on the altar, and the church is suffused with the light of Christ, which is the light that guides us in what it means to be church. So the symbolism of light is the symbolism of Christ, our light. Vatican II, in its Constitution on Divine Liturgy, actually quoted and promoted the care of the building and how to construct buildings in such a way to aid in the participation of all the living church there. So I'd like to quote the statement from number 124 of the Constitution on Sacred Liturgy. it basically says that when churches are to be built, let great care be taken that they be suitable for the celebration of liturgical services and for the active participation of the faithful. So, the church building. The church building is a special symbol of the pilgrim church. The pilgrim church that exists on earth and the pilgrim church that is foreshadowed in heaven when we join those who have gone before us marked with the sign of faith. It's many of the basilicas in Rome, for example, are actually, during the liturgical year, we celebrate their dedication. The feast, the dedication of the Mary Major, the dedication of the basilicas of Peter and Paul, and the dedication of the Pope's Cathedral, the St. John Lateran, are all celebrated during the liturgical year because the dedication of these churches are an important means of connecting to what it means to be the people of God, namely the church. The building also is where the sacred identity and the local history really come together. It's also where we pass on the faith from generation to generation, and the building actually houses the living stones, which are the people of God. And so whenever we celebrate the dedication, the anniversary of the dedication of church, it becomes a great time for storytelling, a time for sharing pictures, for remembering, a time for connecting with those who have gone before us, and it's a time for celebrating who we are as church. So I hope this has helped to explain just a bit of what it means, why we celebrate the dedication of a church, and I hope you'll return again once more to more Do You Know series questions as we continue to explore our rich traditions and our faith stories. Thank you very much.